welcome to the first episode of The Window to Dubai. Just to give a little background on how the show came about, I started a digital marketing company about 4 years ago in the United States, expanded it into Europe, and then about a year ago I came to Dubai, started my digital marketing company here, and didn't really understand the market. I saw the economic opportunity here, but then as I got started, I actually started to see that it was a much more diverse kind of ecosystem of entrepreneurs and people really coming from all around the world in this little bubble that's just kind of intermingling and doing business, and there's all kinds of commerce happening that I never imagined as a part of kind of when I thought to come here. And we just wanted to create a show that kind of talks about that and brings different people in, different backgrounds, what they're doing, their projects, kind of what they're bringing to the market. So thank you for everyone for coming. I realize everyone's busy, and I appreciate you taking the time.
Lucky one's the first one.
Yes. Okay, so we're gonna start with Nalita.
Oh, okay.
Nalita, I read some of the stuff that you sent me, and one of the things that stuck out the most was you were a Reebok athlete in LA at some point, and you have a saying on your bio that says you were the combat trainer / social influencer.
Yes.
And to me, when I see your Instagram, that stuck out the most.
Oh,
but I'll let you explain your...
Oh my goodness, I have quite a diverse background. So I grew up in martial arts and MMA my entire life. Before I could walk, I was taught to kick. and yes, I did a lot of different things growing up. But later in life, as you mentioned, I started my own business, which was Vibrant Athletics. It actually was an athletic clothing line itself, as well as focused on training and my style of training, which I call it Vibrant. It's spelled a little bit different. I don't know if you noticed that. And that means Vi is to strive for superiority. So I tell everyone to try to be the best version of yourself that you can be. And Vibrant means living life with vigor and pulsating with life and light. So that's kind of how I kind of approach my training with my clients. It's not that hard boot camp style sort of thing. And I just wanted to bring a new life to it. And I teamed up with Reebok to become their combat trainer. And that was like the kind of pioneering thing in the States, because again, there's very few women who do what I do, let alone men who teach the styles that I teach. And then fast forward, I'm here in Dubai and continuing my business with Vibrant Athletics as a trainer.
I feel like your Instagram really shows that and like showcases that part of your kind of personality.
Absolutely. One thing I feel with social media, and for myself personally, because there's a lot of accounts that you can follow and see, and people with huge followings. Like to me, my numbers are really nothing, and it's really not about the following. It's about the people that I touch and the reasons why, and for what I wanted to present for myself was really just truly me and what I grew up doing. Like everything that you see online is who I am in person and who I've always been. It's never a front to put on. Yes, sometimes we choose the best photos of ourselves to put our best foot forward, but there are really actually times where it's like, this is just simply me and this is what I do. And I feel as if I bring a different approach to the fitness industry for that.
Yeah, and that's so hard, I think, in social media.
Oh yes, absolutely.
To be authentic.
No, it is. I think just in society nowadays, because it's run by social media, we have this high demand to be on a pedestal of someone that we're not. You know, we're like, yes, in a way we've become these celebrities, approachable celebrities, to where you can be anyone who we want to be these days. You know, before where you actually had to have agents and you become famous in this manner. No, anybody can be. You can reach, even now living in Dubai, I reach people all over the world. I've had people fly in from the States, from Spain, to say, hey, I saw you on Instagram and I want to train with you.
Wow.
Who would have ever thought,
that's pretty cool,
by using a free platform that I didn't have to pay for to share with.
Yeah.
So that's the amazing power of social media. And it's just, choosing the right way to use it, because we could use it for that vain reason of ourselves. But that's not what I choose to do it for.
Yeah, that's awesome. No, great. So Eric, you actually helped me put this whole thing together. I DM'd you randomly on Instagram. I was like, hey, you want to be on a show?
Come on,
and you actually replied. You're like, yeah. I was like, all right.
Good man.
And we met and we talked, and I got to be honest with you, you told me you were from Cameroon.
Yeah.
I had to Google that.
As
an American, we are geographically challenged at times.
Can't let you get away with that. Not all of us.
No, most of us getting outside of America, so I had to Google that. But one of the things that stuck out to me when we talked is that you said that you had just learned English in the last 2 years.
Yeah, that's true.
And that you kind of self-taught.
Yeah, I came here in Dubai, like, I was nothing, like, I couldn't speak English at all.
What?
Because I'm French bad,
Yeah.
I speak French, I'm half French, half Cameroon, and we speak French in Cameroon.
Yeah.
So it was a big challenge for me to come here and be who I am now with English, talk to big influence people. So yeah, it was kind of a big challenge for me. So yeah, it was very hard.
I never would have known.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I think you told me you were like, you lived in Brazil or you were raised in Brazil, but you speak Spanish or something. There was like a whole mix of it.
Spanish, I learned it at school. You know?
Okay.
And yeah, I did some modeling. I have some modeling background. So I was in Brazil for like 8 months doing some modeling stuff there. Yeah, that's what bring me in Brazil. Then I came back in Cameroon. And I was like, okay, now I need to find where I will go again.
Yeah.
And I chose Dubai.
Okay, awesome.
So I was here first for vacation, and I like it. And I came back. When I came back, well, when you came in Dubai for vacation and you came for living, it's totally different. So for vacation, I was living in a 5-star hotel. I used to go out, Burj Khalifa, dinner, all these
life
things.
has changed.
So when I came here, I was like, okay, I need a job. So I could do like
Okay, I did a job.
I could do like many jobs, but just because of my English, I couldn't do that much.
Yeah.
So I used to I needed to start from the bottom, like down. So I was a waiter. So I started waiter, and when they took me, they didn't know that I don't know how to speak English. Yeah, they didn't know.
So how do you take the orders? You just
Well, for the interview, it was just a question and everything. I learned it, and I went to the interview. Everything was like, okay, yes, see, from Cameroon, blah, blah, blah. All these things, you just repeat it.
Yeah.
So yeah, they took me. I was like, okay, we'll call you back. They called me back. I started to be waiter for like 6-8 months. So yeah, the beginning was hard. They wanted to fire me because I couldn't speak English.
Yeah.
But I was like, no, I will learn. I will blah, blah, blah. So 6 months, 8 months, I was bored. So I said, okay, I like fitness, and I really want to do something in this fitness industry. So I used to check my Instagram, see all this fitness influencer on Instagram, doing video, doing photo, receive free stuff. I was like, this is the life I want to live.
That's the job.
That's the life I want right there.
That's the life I want. So yeah, I started to watch a lot of video and see Instagram account. I see Nelita,
That is not true.
all this thing. I see Squat Wolf. I was like, I want to work with those people. So I quit my job, and I was like, okay, now I'm in the fitness industry. I started to apply for a job, a personal trainer. One company took me, it was nice. I started to work with them. But the thing is, with the company here, you know how is it? It take a lot of percentage, blah, blah. And I have a big eyes, so I saw that, okay, I can make this percentage for if I work for myself. So why would I work for someone and give them like half of my money I work for, and the other half was for me? No, I was like, okay, I will work for myself now, and yeah, that's how I started.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. That's a cool story. So you're a full-time personal trainer. You do the social influencing and modeling right now, right? All three at the same time.
Part-time trainer, full-time model.
Three at the same time.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's a good combination. It kind of is like an organic system that fits together. So it's cool. Awesome.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. So I apologize. I'm gonna probably mess up your name because you told me it's Waj.
Waj is easier.
I was practicing in my mind while you stuck my air
it's
so I was like, Waj. Say it right. Say it right. Okay. So when we talked, you were telling me that you started out really in VPN services in Pakistan.
Yeah.
Built a company there and then came to Dubai. Tell more about that whole process of how you just kind of started there and came here.
Sure. So my name is Wajdan. It's difficult for everyone to pronounce, so I just, all right, call me Waj, it's easier, but apparently that's also difficult. All right. So yeah, basically, me and my friends, we started a company back there in Pakistan in 2010, and we were all, geeks. I did my MBA in marketing, and then what we did was me and my friends, we sat together, all right, we need to do something of our own, rather than just, because I did a sales job for 6 months, and you won't believe I used to sell generators, like power generators, to industries. And in Pakistan, I used to, and again, it was me and my friends, we used to do this job. So what we did was we used to go door to door to the factories, and we used to ask them, would you like to buy generators? Would you like to rent generators, and do things like that? I did that for 6 months. 3 months, it was pretty good. 3 months, it wasn't that good. All right. And then, maybe I decided probably this is not the thing for me. And me and my friends, we started a VPN company. completely different, to what I used to do, selling generators. All right.
Yeah.
So we started it went pretty well, in for example, in 4 years, we went on from 8 people to 100 people. I did really well. In the meantime, we also launched, cloud hosting companies, review websites, and I was then in digital marketing, core digital marketing. I used to do all this SEO, PPC, content writing, blogging, and everything. And then in 2014, it was all really good, and we always wanted to, just go out of Pakistan and explore the world and do something new. So in 2014, I took the leap of faith, and then I moved from Pakistan to basically Dubai. And, we didn't want to start anything, right when we came into Dubai, because we wanted to learn more about the market. So we basically, I went on exploring the market. I started, working in consulting for Bounce, the trampoline park chain. So yeah, I basically helped them grow in Dubai, and then I also, helped them launch 2 new venues in Abu Dhabi and Alain, and did that for around 2.5 years, I think. Yeah, 2.5 years. With this, I was also consulting other businesses as well. So I got a pretty good grip of the market over here.
Yeah.
What are people? What is the culture over here? What do they buy? What's their fashion sense? And because you really need to learn about the market, before you start any business out here. So yeah, in 2016, me, my wife, and my partners, we all decided, all right, probably this is the time that we need to start something of our own. So, what I did was, being active myself, going to the gym myself, I used to order a lot from all these international gym gear brands, all right? And then, I used to take a lot of inspiration, because all the athletes and influencers that I was following, you see a very special market. You don't see them wearing Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour, and a lot of these brands.
Yeah.
They now associate with themselves with smaller brands that are more close to the community, all right?
Yeah.
And and they primarily offer better fit, better fabric, and better technology, and more suited towards that gym going audience rather than just everyone else.
Yeah.
So I used to order a lot from them, and I thought, there's nothing like this over here, because whenever I order, I pay huge shipping costs. They take time to come to Dubai, and before they took time to come to Pakistan. Yeah, exactly.
A lot of packages just never made it.
Exactly. And then if you wanted to come, interesting, you have to pay DHL shipping fee, and DHL is very, very expensive.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you have to pay 5% duty, because there is a duty to import. And in Pakistan, if you're ordering, I'll tell you, you have to pay 65% duty on anything that you order outside of Pakistan if it comes in. Very, very expensive. So I was like, needs to be here. People out here, they need to, obviously, have something, have a brand of their own that they can relate to. So, or I can bring the brand over here and be the distributor. So I wanted to take the easy, route, and I thought, probably I'll just approach all the brands and ask them for the distribution. So I started approaching all the brands out there that I used to wear, Gymshark, even all the other brands. I hope I'm allowed to take the names over here. All right. All right. So I started approaching all of them. I was like, I'm from Dubai. I have a background in business, all right, and I want to basically, distribute the brand over here. I have the money. I'll buy everything off you from advance. Just give me a discount so I can make my margins over here. That's how you typically do in distribution. And interestingly, none of them replied.
Wow.
None of them replied, because they were just, not interested in the market over here. They didn't see the potential over here. Again, as I was telling you, they saw Dubai as, land of camels, people still riding on camels. It's just people living over there. They just see Middle East and Gulf region as still, not really advanced as Europe and UK and US. But it's absolutely wrong. And after being, not responded for 6 months, I thought, probably it's a signal that I need to do something of my own.
Wow.
Me and my wife, we knew nothing about apparel industry.
Yes.
What is the right fabric, where to manufacture it from. We went on and explored few suppliers in China, back in Pakistan as well, because they do good fabric over there as well. And then finally found few manufacturers who could do, finally found few designers who can make something cool for us. And then started with our first limited collection in May, because I was really nervous, because the market over here in Dubai, they have deep pockets, they can afford anything, right? And I was like, would they trust a new brand that is a Dubai born, Dubai design? So brought in limited collection, and I was pretty surprised. I was able to sell out even before I had the stock.
Wow.
All right, with me, because I started a pre-order campaign, and I love the support from the community, and I'm still so grateful that they gave me the chance to basically do something of my own and trust us. And fast forward 2018. We're growing, we're doing really well, we're launching, we're launching collection. We have people like, Eric, we're so proud that they're representing us. We want to work with Nalita as well. so yeah, it's been doing good. That's the journey in short. So
awesome.
It's Squat Wolf, by the way.
Yeah, you were mentioning that you're trying to go international now, take it outside of UAE and focus on other markets. What markets are you?
So yeah, we started from GCC because it's our home. So we always market ourselves as we are the first Dubai born and designed gym gear brand. So I think that's a very well positioning for the GCC market. But as a business, obviously we're here to make money as well, and we're here to obviously bring something premium to the market as well. So we want to grow because I think we started it as a concept, and I think we proved the concept. So the proof of concept is already here, that people really like the brand, they really like the quality, they're supporting us, they're buying us on regular basis, and it gives us much more confidence to actually go out there in the world, which is not a community, and try to sell the brand. So our markets right now that we are planning to explore mid this month, actually 15th of April, is Europe and the UK, which are really huge and close from here
close
as well. Exactly,
manage,
close enough to manage and explore. And then hopefully in May, we're also planning to at least start the online marketing and an online presence over there in the US and Canada as well, because these 4 markets are huge. And I also think that those were the brands that were based out there in these 4 regions that said no. So I want to get in there. I want to get in the region.
Remember me?
Exactly. Remember me? I told you I will do this.
Are you guys gonna set up distribution in these countries, or are you gonna maybe try like Amazon drop shipping and have the logistics figured out with them?
Yeah, exactly. So we were fortunate to find out the logistics partners over here in GCC, because we grew to a size that the companies were ready to work with us and ready to ship our orders on a very low cost to US, UK and Europe and Canada as well. So we found a few logistics partners over here that are going to help us grow there, and we're gonna play smart and lean over here. We're going to see what are the markets. Like Europe is huge, UK itself, and then US and Canada. We're going to see where the majority of the pull is from. All right, and that's where we're going to push and make our warehouse. All right, or basically have a fulfillment center. But primarily it will be a fulfillment center, and then the volumes grows. That's where we do warehouse.
You might try Google Trends and see where the majority of the searches are related to gym gear. It might help you gauge some target markets.
I'll tell you, that's UK.
High volumes of
that's
searches.
UK, but UK is highly competitive. Being one of the biggest brands out there in the UK, they're highly competitive. So yes, it's the biggest market, but it's also highly competitive. So it's challenging to basically enter in there as well. But yes, that's what we're trying to figure out, and
like reverse engineering to figure out where the searches are happening.
Exactly.
Great. No,
that's
awesome.
my story.
That's awesome. Great. Thanks for sharing. I want to talk about kind of the ecosystem of the social influencing, and maybe you can head this off, Nalita, about really maybe the difference in Dubai versus LA, kind of what you see, the differences in how brands are approaching athletes, and just versus paid or versus free products versus some percentage on sales, because there's kind of a couple different models, right? Like some just pay you per post, some pay you some percentage if they buy. There's kind of a lot of different, and I'd like to just talk about that, and everyone can kind of just jump in.
Of course, I mean, there's so much to talk about. I think for myself, starting out, I always get this question like, why did you go from LA to Dubai? And it's crazy because I feel like Dubai is like a mini version of the States in a way. It's like that embarking of the 80s. It's coming up, and you have this opportunity because in the States it's so saturated with influence. Like everywhere you turn, you do a squat and you're a trainer, or you do a kick. It's like I'm an expert, So that was something that really frustrated me in the market out there. Is that I feel as if, like I talked about being very genuine before of who I was. It was so easy for people to be like, oh, here's my selfie, boom, and then I'm doing a squat, and it for me watered down everything that I was trying to do, so it became very frustrating. As well, I used to model and act in the States, so it's funny with my agency. I remember at one point in time, the old school way was like you're officially a model if you have an agency, you're officially an actor if you have an agency. People come to them, they pay you, this is the amount they demand. Where the market started changing, so my agency said, I see that all these influencers now, they're getting paid to do these ads. They're no longer going to agencies anymore. So now where I would maybe get paid $10,000 for a commercial, they're offering me $3,000, you know, $2,000. So they said, we're going to bring in a social media expert to help you guys out with your Instagram, blah, blah. And it was like an anomaly. So I was like, what? You're bringing in social media to help us book jobs? What is this? And so fast forward, I was just tired of everything going in the States. And coming here to Dubai, the reason that I stayed is that I saw opportunity. I saw that, yes, okay, people think there's a lot of trainers out here, but again, it's a niche market for myself. And I have the opportunity to now set this platform and make a bigger name for myself. And then as far as approach from businesses and things like this, the only difference that I've noticed is that most of the time in Dubai, everyone wants something for free. Yeah, it's like the brands. Like I've gotten called. I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say any names, but other brands, not yourself, because you haven't contacted me, have contacted me, and these are like huge international names, and like, hey, we want you to come shoot this. And then I ask, okay, what's the rate? And they're like, no, there's no pay, there's no budget. I'm like, there's always a budget.
But you get a free shirt.
Right. And that was the crazy thing. They're like, don't worry, we're gonna hook you up with this and that. And unfortunately, I spoke to someone else who said, yeah, when they found out I get paid, because I was like, no, I don't work for free. Like, I put too much time into this. He said, did you get paid for this? I said, no. I said, yes, I did. I said, why did you? He said, no. And he said, they said they're gonna send me swag, and they sent me a t-shirt. And I'm like, your face is plastered everywhere here, and you got sent a t-shirt? What?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So that's the only thing that I noticed from Dubai, is that you really have to be very much on top of your business and establish, this is who I am. If you want to work with me, sometimes you're going to get the no, and you have to, you know, establish that anything I do, it's going to be paid for, you know?
What you said about kind of the saturation in America, it's actually one of the reasons why I left, because in America, I'm just another digital marketing guy.
You're a number.
That's American. Like, there's no difference to me. But in Dubai, sometimes people will meet with me just based on I'm American. Maybe he knows something. They don't necessarily do business with me for that reason alone, but they'll at least meet with me and be like, you know what, he's talking about Google, he's talking about Facebook, he's talking about Instagram. He might know something. Let's at least pick his brain. Where in America, it's like, I'm just another digital marketing guy. There's no real advantage for me. So I
agree with you on that. It's so funny. Like, I talked with my friends about this, the power of a passport here. The power of passport is something very powerful. You know, and when people see that, especially like even on Instagram, you know, I put that I'm half American, half Filipino, and they say like, "Oh, you're from America," you know. That's what the right away. I'm like, "Well, I'm half Filipino too." They're like, "But you're from America."
They totally
I'm not sure if it's good or if it's bad. Like, you know, the power of passport over here, but you know, I get that as well. I tell people I'm a Pakistani, all right. There you go. They'll automatically try to underestimate you, because obviously, you know, which is unfortunate. You know, everybody should be taken on the same equal, you know, playing ground. And I think it's now getting, people are being, you know, accepted, you know, over here from every walk of life, every culture, and that's what you see in this studio as well. Like, you know, we all are sitting over here discussing things about the industry over here. Coming on to the influencers part, I think you mentioned a very interesting point, that there are big brands out there, you know. Like, for example, some of our athletes, I'll give you a story about them. You know, we work with athletes. What we do is basically, yes, we have our ambassadors as well, and full disclosure, we do not pay anyone because we're a small, young brand, all right? We just started. Yes, we are getting bigger, but we're still not big enough to start paying for the athletes. And I think that's the thing that I say, and that's the expectation that I said in the very first meeting. I say, all right, I'm trying to grow over here, and we primarily work with athletes that can also benefit from us as well, all right, and that our brand can help them achieve their dreams and basically go to a bigger brand, probably for sponsorships. I've got, you know, few athletes that basically, you know, started working with us, and they were being approached by bigger brands, and I was really open to it. I was like, yeah, go for it, mate. I'm really happy for you. You supported us. You supported us till the time you were able to support us. Now, if you're getting paid for the opportunity doing the same thing, if I were you, I would do that as well, and you should do that as well, because, you know, that's how we work. That was the equation between us. We will support you. You will support us. We'll try to make you a celebrity, a model, and we never go with, like, you know, professional models. We always work with people who would like to prove themselves and who would like to, you know, out of the season as well, keep themselves, you know. Exactly. So we work with people like this, and I think we were fortunate enough to basically find a team of around 15 athletes. who basically came on board, all right, who helped us out as well, and we helped them as well with the portfolios and even the pictures. You know, we used to, whenever we do the shoot, we tell them, all right, is there any kind of picture that you need? All right, if there is anything that, you know, doesn't fit you from our clothing line, and if you want to wear it, that's your personal collection. We take photos for you. We do it for you. We do it for you in return. And then eventually, you know, I'm a business person. I have a marketing background. I also sit with them and guide them in different things as well. That's how you should manage your social media. Nothing to say that I know a lot, but whatever I know, I try to guide them. So yes, I might not be able to add the value in terms of, you know, obviously a monetary benefit. You do it for us. We pay you this. I try to be, you know, friends with them, and
but that's what the amazing part is as a business, because when you get to the bigger brands like that, you don't have that support behind you. Again, you're just another number or name. They can replace you so easily.
Yeah,
you know
and I wanted to add something about that. I really think the influencer here in Dubai, they are really like they dream a lot because they don't get paid at all. All the big brand contact them. Hey, we are Under Armour. Hey, we are Nike. Blah blah blah. Okay, for in the beginning it's good, but I know it. They don't pay anyone. Like all those brands, Squat Wolf, Nike.
They started with Squat Wolf.
He just explained to you.
They don't. Yeah, I know. I will reach there. They don't pay anyone. And me, I was like, okay, if you like few months ago, if you check the place where I keep my clothes, it's full of Adidas, Asics, Under Armour, gift. I'm like, okay, all this clothes I could wear, I could buy it by myself, you know. And we just help them, and they have money. So why they don't pay us? Like, and me, what I really wanted to do, it's something like I will call all the ambassadors in Dubai, and I will tell them, man, let's open our eyes. Let's open our eyes because they use
no, we want all Dubai Ambassador Union.
they use us a lot.
Be careful, they might make a regulation for that.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, no,
I'm just kidding.
But anyway, keep good relationships with the
same. Me, I'm ready to do not like when I will feel like okay, it's enough is enough. I will make the decision. I don't work for anyone anymore if you don't pay me, because they don't pay at all. Even any single dirham they don't pay you. They just give you free stuff.
They will if you ask. No, you demand of who you are. No, they will. You
No, I think Eric is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We stop until we get paid. Yeah, exactly. And they will pay. I know.
No, but that's the thing I always tell people. I said, like, this is my fee, and if you don't want to pay, great. Good luck to you. I wish you the best, but that's my fee.
Exactly. And you will always find few people, you know. I think Eric is absolutely right. Unfortunately, even the bigger brands, you know, some of the names that he already took, you know, they also approach our athletes, all right? And I was like, great, man, go for it. Go for a meeting and see what they have to offer you, you know, and then go and work for them. And, you know, themselves as well, and me as well, we were so disappointed at, you know, them coming to them and telling them, right, we'll give you free goodies, whatever you want. I was like, man, they're a huge brand. Billions of dollars in marketing budget. I'm not even like I'm not even exaggerating. Billions of dollars in marketing budget. They have all the budget to pay to Roger Federer, Tiger Woods, Rafael Nadal, and everyone, but they just don't have, you know, to pay anything to micro influencers who are actually grounded and walk and talk to the people.
That's what I was going to say. That is your target market. Community of people that you're trying to sell to.
Exactly, and that's very unfortunate, you know. Again, defending us, you know, we're not at that level right now, and we say exactly.
And agreed,
and we said that expectations right from the start that yes, we're not at that level, but we'll try to support you every other way. And if you're open to this, let's do something together. If you're not, best of luck to you, and you know, we'll do something else.
I think if you can't give money and you're giving the product, I think as far as like, instead of pictures, I think video is probably the most valuable thing to.
Yeah, I mean,
for your Instagram, like instead of just doing pictures, doing real video. I think that helps the influencer at least have really good.
And that's what we do. A lot of influencers, we say, all right, we'll offer you photos and videos of however you want it, and I think some of the influencers also come to us and makes us really happy that they were able to get some clients out of it. And they, you know, when they walk in, you know, in the gyms, people often tell, oh, you're the Wolf guy, right? You're the Wolf guy, you work for Squad because I
got it a lot.
You're the Wolf guy.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, if that makes their brand, because I think it's really effective for us as well, because we're using the buyer-based influencers to promote the buyer-based brand. We're working with micro-influencers, and if it makes them, famous as well in the market, helps them to get more clients.
But it's to go back into your defense of who you are as a brand. I agree, because when I was younger, when I was first starting out with modeling and acting, there were a lot of times I did gigs for free. This is when I was first learning, okay?
Exactly.
First starting going out. So when you have new influencers here who have no experience, one of the reasons in my selling point when I tell people, okay, this is what I charge, is because one, I've done this pretty much my whole life. I know what to do when I get on set. I know, like, it's very professional. And when we get done, they go, oh my gosh, that was faster than the shoot time we expected. I said, I know, because I know how to do my job.
Exactly.
So that's the reason why. So the value that you're adding to influence, that's amazing what you're doing, because a lot of bigger brands won't work with you because of that reason. But what you're doing is, like you said, you may not be able to monetarily give them something, but you're giving them that experience. The next time, if they do end up working with a different brand or something like that, they've now gained that experience behind them. And then you're going even further to give them marketing advice and further Instagrams and stuff. So that's a value itself.
Exactly. Exactly. And we do try to connect, like, we connected Eric with Sun and Sand Sports over here, and he played for the opportunity over there. Whatever we can do, we try to do, and I think it's been
money, honey.
And yes, people do ask for money over here, but as a community, if you try to pitch the story in the right way, and the community story, I think community comes together to help each other out, which I'm really fortunate.
That, and if
really
you really believe in a brand and what they're like, hearing your story would even more for me to be like, oh my gosh, I really want to help this. Again, I told you before, I had my own clothing brand in the States as well, and that was one of the biggest factors for me, was that my community believed in me and they supported me, and I appreciated that, and that's what really helped my brand to grow. So me as an influencer, I would love to go support someone, because I've been in that situation. I know.
There you go.
So how do you guys select, and we'll kind of break this up into how do you select athletes, and then how do you guys select brands that you actually want to be a part of?
Yeah, I will start with that.
Go ahead.
I will start with that. Me, I have something like, I can read people, and I think everyone can do that, but I can really read people just by watching the Instagram and Instagram story. Like, and I'm sure everyone does that. Like, before I approach someone, you take like 1 week, you check his Instagram, you check his story, you check everything, because you don't want to do something with someone that after it will have like, okay, this person is not good, or he did something bad in his story. Because like for me, I want to approach someone who party every week, and I will go do one video fitness with him, and if because I have a lot of like big brand and big people who watch my story, and when they will see me with this kind of people, they will directly associate myself with this kind of people, which I don't want at all. So I select people like, let's say Nelita. Like a few months ago, I saw her Instagram, and she was very original, and I was like, okay, let me do something with her, because I check her story, I check picture, and I check the kind of people she follow, the kind of people who follow her, and I was like, okay, so I'm based on all this fact, people who she follow, people who follow her, what she posts, what she say on the post, and where she go, if she parties too much or not, which kind of gym she's going.
So he basically stalked you.
Right, I was like, I didn't want to use the word stalk, but you said it.
You got Instagram stalk before you made that video.
Because, and I did a good choice, because after it was only a simple video workout, but after that we get a lot of feedback. I got a lot of clients after this video. I'm sure she get as well. And I was just by walking in the mall like that, people was like, oh, you're the one who did the video with Nelita,
and vice versa.
Blah, blah, blah.
Eric with Dubai.
So and the same thing with his brand. Like before he contacted me, I saw his brand. I'm very active on Instagram. So before he contacted me, I saw his brand on Instagram. I was like, cool, I like his brand. I start to like some picture, and I was like, okay, I want to do something with him. And I didn't contact him, so I gave him like few days. I was checking who he posts, because if he posts something that someone who I don't like, or someone who do the kind of thing that I don't like, I don't want to get involved. I only want to work with the best people. So he was working with quite good people, and finally I didn't even contact him. He contacted me. It was
the energy,
law of attraction.
I want to do something with you. And when we met, I told him, I checked your Instagram for like a few days ago, and I was like, I want to do something with you. So, and then you contact me. So
awesome.
That's
fun.
So
it's a real process. Like you're really
I was like, that's pretty in-depth.
The last thing is even the brand or my clan when someone contact me on Instagram, because almost every, like my client, they brand for collaboration, everything, when they contact me on Instagram, I always ask them, why did you choose me? You know, there's a lot of influencer or with six pack, big, blah blah blah. Why did you choose me? And they always tell me the same thing. Like your Instagram is so natural. You're not trying to act or to fake. You know, you're natural. You're happy. You don't party alone. Blah blah blah. So you reflect what you are. I was like, okay, it's good.
Yeah. Cool. And you, what's your overall process?
I think just the overall process is, the first question I ask myself, is it something that I actually genuinely have interest in? You know, so if let's say brand wise, would I really use this brand, or is it something I actually use currently? Because I never want to promote something that's not me or that thing, not just for the fact of getting paid. Yeah, that's nice, money is good, but if it's like, hey, I use this tea, that's a lie. I don't use any of that sort of stuff. So example, like I'm with Fuel Up as a nutrition brand, or like my meal prep company, and that's something that I believe in, eating healthy and having your meals planned. And any other brands that approach me, that's kind of the first thing. The second thing would probably be having a face-to-face meeting.
Yeah.
Because again, it's just like, I want to see who you are as a person, how you interact. And like he said, I'm really great at reading people and feeling something that's genuine. So I want to have a genuine connection that I feel is going to be a good relationship. If it's someone that I feel I can't have a good relationship with, I can't work for the brand, because then again, it's like, it's false advertising for me. I can't advertise and promote something that I don't have a good relationship with. Yeah. So that's my process is a lot simpler. I wish it was more in depth like Eric. But that's pretty much the gist of it. And then if things work out from there, then I'm more than happy to work with a brand. Or even a person, but it's very few people I work with. So
yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And there's a lot of brands. They offer you what they offer you. They want something from you, like I don't know how to explain. When they contact you, they want more than they give you.
Yes.
So
yeah.
Like that.
I think we've discussed that. It's just that being mutually appreciated, because to be honest, you know, they have to pay a lot of money normally for advertising if you were to go to an advertising agency and things like this. But because now you've got people who have 50,000 followers, 20,000 followers, 100 or even more, that's free advertising for you. Yeah. So if you're asking us as a trade sort of thing to give something, in return, we would really love to also be supported by the brand. Not just to promote your brand and say, hey, this is the lovely water I drink, but for you to say, hey, okay, this is the person, and, you know, give us some sort of value as well.
Equal value.
Give us a value as well.
Agree, absolutely. Yeah, I think from the brand's point of view, how we work with the influencers is pretty much what Eric is doing from the brand's point of view. Would you like to work with the brand? That's the fit that we're also looking for as well. So what we do is basically, yes, we appreciate the fact that first of all you need to know who you are. So we're a local brand, right? We're a young local brand that are trying to make the mark in the industry of giants out there, and we're the first one over here in the region. So sometimes it gets really difficult to explain it to the people over here as well, that we're a gym gear brand. And it was like, so what about Nike and Adidas? Why should I wear Squat Wolf and not Nike and Adidas? Yeah. And then I try to explain them the reason that yes, they're the brands that just do and make gear for everyone, from swimmers, cyclists, and runners and people who go to gym as well, and take any sport, and they're making gear for that. Whereas we just are making gear for the gym going audience. We sit with them, we work with them, we're in the community and make the gear with them and what they like. Yeah. So pretty much more agile than the big brands out there. So when it comes to the athletes, so what we do is basically we want to work with people primarily who are personal trainers. All right, yeah. Because they walk and talk with the people, who our target market is. So, if we see, if the guys see their personal trainer wearing a brand, because their personal trainer is the role model for them, exactly. Right? So we work with the personal trainers to make sure that, our brand is getting out there, on the ground, in the roots. We are digged into the community. Personal training is the first thing, that there should be a personal trainer. Second is basically, again, they should be aligned with our brand values. They should be, our brand values are honesty, transparency. For example, we're an online business. Just to give you an example of the transparency, a lot of online businesses you guys would have seen, they say we offer free shipping, but they're actually not, because they're inflating their prices to adjust their free shipping. Yeah. Whereas if you go on our shipping policy, we say, all right, we're absolutely transparent. We will never inflate our pricing to adjust the free shipping cost. All right, there is a shipping fee, and as a business we need to pay that shipping fee, right? Yeah. And it's not for free. If you order for more, we are not going to get it for free from our shipping partner. We'll still have to pay that. So we say, this is the shipping cost, you pay for it, and you'll be surprised. A lot of people appreciate the fact that we're being very honest.
Yes.
So our ambassadors and athletes need to be very honest, transparent, and very true, humble people, grounded in the community. And then of course the second process is, if we like them, their digital presence, we go and meet them. All right. Go and meet them, ask them the right questions, what do you guys believe in, what do you guys do, what's your activity, how many people do you train, and this is our story, would you like to support us? Some of them say no, because they want, obviously, they say, all right, even if you're a smaller or a bigger brand, we need money in return, which I absolutely respect. And I say, we're not in the position right now, but we love you as an athlete, and we will come back to you when we're ready for you.
Yeah.
All right. And then there are some people who are like, all right, we'll work with you just because we'll get support out of it as well, and we'll be able to build our portfolio to go out to the bigger brands. Like, we're absolutely fine with that as well. If you want to use us as a stepping tool towards something big, we're more than happy to be that for you, and you'll be that for us as well. And we exchange the benefits, and then it goes from there. And then the next thing for a brand is really important is the ongoing relationship with the ambassador. So we also now have a person who takes care of the athletes. He just joined in March. He works with the athletes, because we need to make sure they don't feel like we use them for the first shoot and we're not using them again. I absolutely hate that. If I were at their position, I would have hated that as well. So now we have a person who joined us in March, this just last month, who actually work with all the athletes and ask them, do you need a photo shoot? Do you need a video shoot? Do you need something for your promotion? Because they also need to maintain their Instagram profile, right? We work with them and flex to their schedule, and we send our photographer, videographer free for them, and they shoot, and we get the content out of it. They can't get the content out of it, and it becomes a really good relationship like this. So that's the process.
I just had another idea when you were talking about like your team. It would be cool to do like a video, but like a Team Avengers type video, where like all the team, the athletes are together, and it's like it's like action packed, but it's like switching from athlete to athlete.
The thing with him is he used like if there's one clan of athlete, he used them. If there's another clan, he used it. He never mix all of everyone.
That's actually we call ourselves a wolf pack, like all our teams.
Yeah, like
a
this.
wolf pack.
Okay, we get Avengers wolf pack.
I think it's a great idea. Let's bring all the wolf. Let's bring the wolf pack together.
It'd be a cool idea to do an action-packed video like that.
And I can see like the different clans are fighting. Oh, we did this for squad rule, and then the other clan are, oh, we didn't do anything, and then they contact. Okay, we also want to do. It's like a competition.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is not.
And again, based on the feedback from guys like Eric, and there are other influencers as well that said, you guys need to do more with us, because obviously they need content as well. And we go straight to them. We tell them, you are absolutely right. We appreciate the feedback. And since we are a startup, we're trying to do things one by one. Now we were able to afford a full-time videographer and photographer. We're like, all right, we're gonna take him on board just for you guys. So whenever you guys need him, you tell us, and we're gonna send him, and he's gonna do the video and photos with you. And then all these ideas of getting the team together will eventually happen.
That'd be a great idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially forget the Avengers thing. The Wolfpack thing is a way better idea. Exactly. That would be cool.
Yeah. That's what we're trying
Sorry,
to do.
a totally nerdy technical question about online ordering. When you're having people order online and you don't have it in stock, do you still let them place the order, or do you say not in stock?
Very interesting question. It because we cannot do that. Someone who has paid the money and we then call them and tell them this is out of stock. It's like a breach of trust, and that's not standing by our brand values. So we immediately, we have a team support team who makes sure if something is out of stock in the warehouse, that's out of stock on the website as well. And now we have built a feature on our website where people can click on email me when it's available. So we put them on a waiting list, and as soon as it's back in stock, they will be the first one to get hold of it.
I don't know, maybe I'm lazy, but I would rather you take my money and ship it to me in a week.
All right.
Because I'm not going to come back. No, just seriously, Live Fit has missed out on thousands of dollars.
This happens a lot.
Because it's not stock, so I'm like, oh, forget it.
No,
and then I forget.
Exactly. This happens a lot with repeat customers.
Yeah.
They would say, all right, we love the brand, we want to wear it, we really like this. Take the money and send us, So we pre-book for them. But for the first time customers, it becomes
that trust factor.
What I would say, it's out of stock. Would you like to back order?
Yeah,
because
that's what
if I'm on this website and I want to order it,
that's what we
I'd
already
rather
started.
you take my money and maybe I wait 5 extra days, but at least it's done, because I'll forget. I don't know. It's just a technical thing in my mind as you were talking about the whole thing there. Sorry.
Yeah.
So I wanted to also talk about specifically Instagram, because I think Instagram is clearly like the platform, and what's working and what's not working, you know, video versus pictures, professional pictures, collaborations, like what really, when you post a picture or a video, you know, okay, this is gonna work. Or when you're posting, you're like, I know I gotta post because it's 7 o'clock on Monday and I need to do it, so I'm gonna make a post. But this picture's not my best one, but I'm still gonna throw it up, you know? Like what works? Like, you know, okay, when I post this, is it, you know, collaborations, videos?
Yeah, I think it's depend of everyone.
Yeah,
you know?
I think it's your
everyone has its own Instagram. It's based on something. If you're fitness influencer, you will post like if you're really into fitness influencer to fitness stuff, and you show really like everything you do it's fitness, and then one day you party, you put a picture with champagne, lady, people will be like, he went out, now is not anymore fitness influencer. Yes, we can do that maybe once, like just quickly, but if you start like, okay, every week at least one picture of party, it won't show it, you know. And
so it's consistency.
Yeah, exactly, consistency. And also, what else? What can I add? Yeah, like also, like you said, the timing. You need to check like the time when people are most people are most on their phone to post, because more you have how can I say that?
Usually, from my understanding, it's usually 6:30 in the morning to about 7:30 in the morning.
It's depend to everyone.
6:30, like 6 in the evening to 7 is like prime time.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's dependent. I don't know if you want to finish your thoughts on that.
Go ahead.
But personally, for myself, it's kind of like you said. It depends on your personal branding, because although I guess you can consider me a fitness influencer, my personal brand's a little bit of lifestyle as well. So when I post, what I found works for me on the martial arts side and fitness side is that they love video. Like, they don't want to see anything else but me kicking something. They want to see kicking something, trolling some type of weapon, something like that. Yeah. But on the lifestyle side, oddly enough, every now and then my followers, the world of Instagram or social media is very vain. So you have to keep people engaged and like, hey, here's my face again. there's a selfie. You know, so I find myself every few days, it's like, okay, I want to definitely put my content as far as videos, but here's a full outfit and here's a selfie, you know, to remind you that I'm a girl still. And I think that's also too having to do with the fact that I am a girl. Yeah. You know, you kind of have to remind them about that. Maybe the guys don't have to do as much, or like it's something different. Because I have another guy friend who's really huge on social media, and it's fitness, but he also shows, okay, the healthy things that he's eating, or it's a shirtless picture because the world is vain and they want to see that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But it's finding that even balance. And you kind of touched on also too collaborations, and this is something that's really personal for me, because I appreciate someone wanting to collaborate with me. But what you'll learn about not just the fitness industry, but social media and everything, everyone's very individualistic for the most part. They feel as if it's me and it can only be me. And especially like with females, oh, I'm the only female, I can be the only female, or this and that. Where I'm that type of person in the community of friends that I've built is that there's room enough for all of us. Yeah. So the people that who follow me, or like even just out in general, someone may not like me, but they may like you, you know, and vice versa. They may like you, not like, and going back and forth. So I'm all about collaborating with other people and also helping people to come up, because that's something I really preach, is that there's room enough for all of us. Okay, I can't take on the whole world.
The same people here, they don't want to collaborate to help each other, because if someone says, okay, if I do a picture with you, my follower will see you, and
I don't want them to go to you and train with you.
Maybe my potential client will go to you, blah, blah, blah.
Exactly.
While me, when I think about something, I'm like, okay, if they see me, if I do something with her follower will see me, my follower will see I'm girl, I'm a boy. We have we do different things. Or if I do with a guy, nobody is the same. Yeah. You have your same thing. Maybe there's some of my follower who doesn't like me, but they follow me, who may like you if I do something with you. Same for you.
Yeah. We all touch people in different ways, and when we communicate everything.
Like, you're more handsome, you have more six pack, or you have more follower, or I have more follower than you. But
I usually don't face that problem with collaboration. So
that's what I'm gonna say.
For me, people, I will tell you something. For me, people who face that kind of problem, they are people who they feel insecure. That's
all it is.
And here, like even if you have six pack, even if you drive a big car, there's always people like with all these things they feel insecure. I don't know why.
Yeah, but I think if people again look at the bigger picture of the reason why you do this stuff is so we can help other people, to help inspire other people. So again, the who we are as individuals is going to touch someone in a different way. So I'm always okay with collaborating with someone if you're coming from a genuine place. I have no problem collaborating, and I think that's a really great way to build a community together. So same thing whenever I did the video with Eric, I got some residual followers from him, and then back and forth. and people enjoy that sort of thing. And they like to see their favorite influencers get together and do something.
And I will add the last thing. I mean, when I start with the fitness influencer, I DM a lot of fitness influencer, a lot, like woman, lady, because I know when you do things with ladies, when you do things with people like to see that, you know. So I DM a lot of lady, and they were always like, no, I don't do this with guy, or you don't have enough follower, or we came from this from the different part. Your audience is different than mine. You're African, or me. I'm kind of based on this kind of public. I was like, okay, it's fine. But after when they start to show me on how we call this Sun and Sport, Squat Hoof, this one, hey, start to like my picture, or this.
That's the cycle of life with women.
You wanted to collaborate?
Men and women.
The cycle of life with women in any situation.
Or they saw me in Cosmopolitan magazine or Men Meet the Heads. They were like, oh, I saw you there, blah blah blah. Like, you still want to do something like? Really? Yeah.
No, it's for us as a brand, it's completely a different approach. Instagram has made it more and more difficult for us as a business, because we're a business, right? At the end of the day, so as soon as we switched our profile from personal to business, that just decreased our engagement rate by I don't know how many %.
Because Instagram just kills you. It doesn't show it.
Exactly. Because they now see you as a potential business that can pay them a lot of money to basically market themselves. So and then at the same time, we're a young business, we are basically the verge or at the borderline thinking, should we change our profile back to personal or should we keep it business? But business is a long run. We are in the business for the long run. We cannot change it to personal again. You don't get the swipe up link, so there is a catch out there as well. So as soon as you move to business, you get more features, but to use those features, you have to pay money. All right, so what we do is, again, coming back to the influencers part, I think we were really fortunate to work with really good people who are really connected with the community. So what we do is, when we do photo shoots and video shoots, these ambassadors, we give them complete rights on the content. They can use them for their own promotion or anything as well. And then eventually it helps us as well, because they are wearing our clothes and they're promoting it. They're putting up on their social media. We get a lot of followers from there as well, get a lot of exposure from there. And then apart from this, interesting that the time that's good for us, we've seen 6 to 7, and again as you said, in the morning is the peak time, and 6 to 7 in the evening is the peak time where most of our followers are online as well. But at the same time, we've noticed something really interesting, that's the time where all of the brands are also posting, and everyone's also posting to get that engagement. So the competition is really high during that, and there is only limited amount of space in the newsfeed that you can take. So as a brand, we once we decided, okay, we won't post on the peak times anymore. All right, we were going to post on the times where it's the least amount of followers online, because the least amount of followers that were online, they were actually more than the number of people that we can reach in the peak times. All right, so we thought, all right, let's start marketing it in the exactly. So in the time where there is less peak, and Instagram is actually looking for content to show it to people, because they don't have enough content to refresh their news feeds. So we started
just blew my mind.
Exactly.
All right, switch times.
And then we started posting.
12 o'clock tomorrow, I am posting.
And then we started posting around 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. and 12 p.m. where everyone's busy with their office and doesn't really have time to check their newsfeed, because whatever they are doing, they're into it at that time, because that's your peak productivity hours when you take. And then we post during those times, and we get most number of likes during that time, and that's what we figured out.
There was a statistic in the United States. I don't know if it's valid in Dubai, because it's just different days, but Wednesday 3 p.m. used to be the best time to post, because it's kind of like you're halfway through the week and everyone's just kind of chilling out at the office pretending to work, and they're on their phone. It's like the best time to post. I don't know if it's equal, but maybe it'd be Tuesday, because that's
10 a.m. 11 a.m. you should be working as well, but that's the best time for us as well. So it's that's what we do. We do not post on peak times anymore. We post on off-peak hours, and we get the most engagement out of it. And then we another really good strategy to get the most engagement out of it is we try to post pictures of our athletes all the time, all right, rather than posting the pictures of just our products. All right, we try to post pictures of our athletes. Engaged.
Tagging them?
Yes,
So
always, exactly. So that whatever followers we have, they can get out of it as well, and whatever followers they have, we can get. So we also request them to tag us as well. So then when we post about them, it's also, you know, really good that community comes together and start tagging our athletes as well. Oh, this is you. Oh, you were on Sport Globe.
Exactly.
So basically, you know, they get some benefit out of it as well, and we get benefit out of it, and we get good engagement because they see known faces.
Yeah.
You know, in the feed. So it's really good.
Something to think about for your Instagram when you go to the US market. They have a feature now on Instagram that's slightly different. It's not available outside of the US, but you can actually build your products inside of Facebook and link it, and you can touch it, and you can automatically transact inside the Instagram platform. They don't have it available in Dubai.
Yeah, exactly.
I wanted to launch it for a client, and they just were like,
exactly.
nah,
We're still waiting for that feature because we see all our international competitors using it already, and we're like, all right, why not us? All right, you're thinking the same. We're UAE. We don't want to give you that feature, but we're waiting for it.
Yeah.
We'll be
It's like that on a lot of features that Instagram and Facebook has. It's just kind of US only, and then it doesn't carry over. You might, if you're there, you might have to create a US version so you can do it, because you're going to miss out on so much opportunity to transact.
There's also another thing, like when you post a picture and you work with a brand, it's like pay partnership with this brand.
Exactly.
Yeah. Also, there's
it's not available yet.
I checked, I googled it.
Because I want someone to pay for my partnership. You would have got a bill. It's like, all right.
Oh, sorry. When you said that, it made me think of something. Did you see about the new law for influencers now?
Yeah.
Something to think about, though. I was like, when you want to get this paid partnership, you better have your license.
Someone will be showing up and like, where's your ID card?
Right.
Good for us as a brand.
Right. That's what I'm saying. This works in this situation.
Perfect for us. Exactly.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, what about other platforms other than Instagram? What else are you guys doing to generate, specifically like personal training, and how are you generating clients, and just if you want to talk about just in general?
Well, for myself, in general, I tell everyone 99.9% of my business does come from Instagram.
Yeah.
Everyone. But what I learned in Dubai is that they are heavy Snapchat users. And I am not a Snapchat user, but I've had to adapt and to get on Snapchat just because of this reason.
I've downloaded that app like 10 times.
Yeah, exactly.
Just never used it.
I added it.
I turn it on, I put it on, like, oh, I'm going to post something, I don't know what's going on, and get out of there as fast as possible.
But I can't tell you how many times everyone's like, if I meet someone on the streets, you have Snapchat? Do you have Snapchat? I mean, it's half the time people are trying to pick up on you. But besides that, you know, I do still post like a lot of my promotional stuff or my videos, and I say, okay, I link it back to my Instagram. Like, you want to see the full video, go to my Instagram. You want to see more training, go to my Instagram.
Yeah.
That sort of way. But Snapchat for me is another platform that I use here in Dubai.
Same for me. I mean, for me, the other, like Facebook, Snapchat, is just to show up. You know, you can't really make a business there. Snapchat is for sending nude or
what are you sending on Snapchat?
Facebook.
This is for the non-client situation.
Oh my god.
Facebook, I don't know, it's for to show off or rapport. Instagram is more really business.
That's all my business is Instagram.
I'm not here to show off or whatever. I'm make money.
Yeah, that's the thing I tell people. It's not for personal use. Like literally, the only reason I use my Instagram
make money with
business.
Snapchat.
Yeah.
I don't think
Snapchat is very disposable for us as a brand as well, because very disposable. You know, we don't see, you know, value building up. Then there is no analytics for a business to basically justify the ROI out there as well. So for us, Instagram is the main tool. Facebook still works for us as well. You know, people say Facebook over here in UAE doesn't work. Still does work for us. Yes, of course.
About that.
Yeah, exactly. But of course, as a brand, we have to put a lot of money behind it for it to you know, work for us. So, and then YouTube.
Yeah, I was gonna say
YouTube is huge. It's the number one
everywhere.
social media platform in Saudi Arabia. All right,
Really?
Which is our second biggest market as a brand. And UAE itself, you know, you see all these teenagers and millennials. You know, they're all moving towards YouTube, and they spend more time than Instagram on YouTube.
I don't know if you saw, because there's some big influencers that came in recently for like a fashion show, and it was pandemonium. Exactly. The amount of kids were out there, and it's funny enough, like all the adults are like, "Who are these people? We have no idea who they are." But they're YouTubers with 10 million followers and plus, and these kids are out there like screaming their name, taking photos. Like you said, it's YouTube.
Exactly.
So that's another thing I'm trying to build up as well. Yeah, it's trying to do YouTube. It's just more time consuming to try to do.
Longer.
Well, this is a YouTube video, so we're on the right track.
Okay, I was like, you're doing it right.
That's our first promotion on YouTube. Then.
I was like, there you go.
Why for your first subject did you choose fitness?
Because I actually knew something about it, so at least I could hold a conversation on it.
That's
I didn't want to get into like blockchain technology and be like,
He's like, what? Silence.
so is that like a real chain? Or yeah, so I started with something that I at least knew something about, you know?
Very nice.
Tell us about, you know, who you're working with right now. So since you said, you know, you basically an agency as well. You're trying to build a digital
I
marketing
like that you're being
agency.
interviewed now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, last year we did not do anything in Dubai. To be honest with you, we started in July, and I probably spent 3 months just setting up a company and bank account. And then I went back to the US for 2 months. So November and December, I wasn't even in Dubai because I just wanted to kind of go back and see my family because I knew that I was going to have to commit to a serious amount of time abroad. So I kind of wanted to put in like a couple of months, get all my stuff done in US, and so I could just kind of commit. Since we've been back, it's really been, it's amazing. It's mostly clients that like have either been my dentist or my chiropractor. It's been like that, like a slow build
that's
up.
how you start.
Right now we're in the middle of, we just got one client who happens to be launching 6 brands at once. It's a restaurant. He's a restaurant owner, but he's kind of making like a Zomato kitchen. And I don't know if I should be even talking about this on camera because it's technically not his, shouldn't be announcing it, but he's launching 6 different brands at once, and we kind of landed that client. So it's been a lot of smaller clients, and we just got our first kind of big one. Right. Luckily for me, most of my clients are Europe based. So most of the income is coming from Europe and just supplying the startup of everything that we're doing here. So it's not super profitable at this point, but we're close. We're at that point where we're just starting to niche our way into the market. And part of the show was a way to obviously network at a much faster rate. I just interviewed 3 entrepreneurs. You may not necessarily work with me, but you're gonna be like, hey, I just met this guy. At the same time, promoting content and creating that content is gonna create a halo effect over what we're doing. So it's just kind of the organic process, it's just putting out content as a marketing company. That's all you can really do.
Exactly.
So.
Great. Yeah. No, thank you very much for inviting us and giving us the
it was awesome. It went really well. It started out a little rocky, but we got there. It was awesome. No. Should we wrap it up and like? All right. So that was the first episode of Window to Dubai. Thank you everyone for coming.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you guys taking time. It was an amazing conversation, and I look forward to hearing more from you guys as we move forward.
Absolutely.
Thank you. All right. Thank you.
All right.